Money has ended many relationships, more relationships than cheating, betrayals, aproko. They borrow money, they don't pay back. They are borrowing way too often. They have an entitlement mentality, and sometimes some of them are even manipulated. Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Enobong Ezekiel, your favorite host for Makamba Uncensored Dialogue. How are you doing, my Makamba community? Yes, we're back. I'm sure you know season 2 has started. How many of you caught our shots for the beginning of season 2 and has seen the main full episode? You need to go watch it. Don't let anybody tell you about it. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. Subscribe, share, leave your comments, tell us what we're doing right, give us feedback. Yes. And today we want to talk about something interesting. Woo, drum rolls. Money, ego, owo, kudi, anything. Okuk, as we call it in my language. Today we want to talk about money matters. Money talk. How couples and friends and family handle financial conflicts. Yes. I'm talking about this today because in just this last couple of weeks into the year 2026, I've seen a lot that has happened with respect to money. Be honest. Money has ended many relationships, more relationships than cheating, betrayals, aproko. Why? Because money isn't just about numbers. It's about trust, it's about values and unspoken expectations. It's a silent resentment, unspoken anxieties. It's that constant tug of war, over finances that slowly erodes even the deepest affection that you can have for your spouse, for your friends, even your family. Even not too long ago, I still fought with a friend of mine over this money matter. So yes, let's be serious. Let's talk about this thing. Some people break up because of money stress. Money is just stressing people out. And the uncomfortable truth is, my people, if we don't talk about this money matter early, we will fight about money matter later. Think about it. You want to plan a trip without discussing the destination. So why will you build your life without discussing your financial roadmap? Let me leave you to think about that for a second. Yes, think about it for a second. How is it possible that you do not have money discussions with friends, with family, with your, do we say it now, plus one, better half, missing rib, anyone you want to call it? Money talks. Today, we'll talk about how couples, friends, family handle financial conflicts. What are some common money facts? They are everywhere. There is always that dance. There's that dance about the bill. When the bill comes, everybody is shaking. Then there's that silent tallying in your head that, it sounds like there's a train wreck happening within your system. Then there's that constant feeling that, the bill has come again. No, I'm the ATM, and they will bring it to me. It's me that needs to pay it. Or you are just trying to justify every purchase. The meals come, the food comes, everything comes, they bring the bill, and you are like, why are you getting this? Why did you do this? Why did you not do this? Why did you have to buy this? Is this necessary? No. Then there are the whispers. Shh. Everybody's talking. Don't take it to her. Don't take it to him. He's going to shout. He's going to scream. She's going to scream. He's going to scream. Those whispers. Then the hidden statements, that feeling of betrayal when you discover that there was a financial ghost in the closet. Somewhere along the line, you're wondering, how did money just disappear? And then you check and you find out this financial ghost, one of you, either sister, brother, spouse, friend, somebody took something. Then there are secret debts. Then there is the sending money to family secretly from behind your back. Maybe one spouse is sending and it was not discussed. It all just boils down to lifestyle mismatches. So many mismatches going on. One person is saving, that person is spending. One person is ambitious, the other person is comfortable. These conflicts, is it similar, as they say? Not familiar, but is it similar? You can't be building a future with someone, whether spouse, whether friend, whether sister, whether whoever, constantly budgeting for enjoyment only. Because while enjoyment is great and it is interesting too, a solid foundation requires more than just fleeting pleasures. You've got to have the moments where you discuss money. at every point in time, because it has destroyed so many relationships, much more than even some really deeper things that you would understand. There is the silent resentment conflict. That silent resentment problem that just has a way of, it builds when one person just keeps paying. I used to know a couple. It was always one of them who had it going. In fact, I'll be very honest here, because this is an uncensored dialogue. I mean, come on, we don't hide things on Makamba uncensored dialogue. So the wife was literally the breadwinner, and she just kept paying. She would even borrow, and ensure that the family was running, while her partner, her spouse, just kept making excuses or just taking advantage of the situation, knowing that no matter what bill he brought, no matter what he did, she would pay for it. So there was the advantage, taking advantage of it, and kept making one excuse or the other for not, bringing to the table what needed to be brought to the table. And so a silent resentment began to come in. And the one day, it just popped. And I tell you no lie, it took a lot of counseling. When you're canceling out, took a lot of that to ensure that some sort of peace and calm remains in that home. What about your friend who is buying wigs here, there, and everywhere, every weekend, buying wig, every weekend going out, enjoying themselves, clubbing, doing one thing or the other? But when her rent comes, they suddenly remember that you are there, you are available. Hey, yes, you. Let me call this my friend. Let me call her. She's available. And then you are wondering, am I a friend or am I a financial safety net? Those are things that happen when you do not discuss money. That silent resentment problem comes in. Then you have one of the biggest mistakes that happens, which is avoiding the conversation. It's a big mistake that people make. When you avoid the conversation and you think that money talk is unromantic to have. Oh, I'm laughing in French. Yes, I am. You are afraid that, if you have that conversation, you will look as if you're going broke, or you will be afraid of for being judged, But the truth is, avoiding this conversation is what actually destroys the relationship. Love can be sweet, whether it's with your family, whether it's with your friend, whether it's with your spouse. Love can be very sweet, but the bills, they are loud. The bills are very loud. And so when the bills are not taken care of, how much you love each other will not matter, because the love will not pay the bills. So it is so important that you have those conversations about money related issues. No matter how uncomfortable they get, it is so important. I was talking about this couple. They never used to have those conversations. The wife always felt, if I had the conversation with my husband, it was probably going to tear us apart. We will not probably speak for days. So she was getting broke, borrowing money, and living in so much pain, not having this conversation until the day Kasala busted. And of course, you know what that means. It was, we are just grateful to God that, that marriage is back together and, is thriving. But they have learned their lessons, and now they have those conversations where they need to be. Let's talk about having healthy money relationships, communication habits for couples. Yes, I'll talk about friends and their countries. Just calm down. I got you. My Makamba community, I got you. But first, let's talk about healthy money communication habits for couples. How are we going to fix this? It's so important. Like I said, I wear a hat of a counselor, so I'm telling you for free that I get to relate to see a lot of couples who pass through, my couch talking about money related issues. Healthy money communication habits is so important for couples. You need to discuss income honestly. You need to discuss the debts, if any, honestly. You need to discuss responsibilities. You need to agree on financial goals. You need to have a savings culture, and then have an acceptable support for extended family. You're not Christ. You cannot save everybody. So you must agree what is that acceptable support that you will want to give to extended family on both sides, on the husband side, on the wife side. What kind of lifestyle expectations should you have? Your husband cannot be buying Louboutin, and you are buying Okrika, because you are trying to, salvage the situation. These things I'm saying, these are real. These examples I'm giving you are real examples. I mean, there are things that I have heard, things I have seen. You understand? So I suggest that you have a simple framework as a healthy money communication habit for couples. The healthy framework is so important. There are 3 important conversations that couples must have with relation to money. 1, how do you spend? On a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and in fact, make it a bit more granular, on a daily basis. What are you spending money on? How are you saving? How do you save money? Are you saving money daily on an ajo, a social level? Are you saving money? There are many platforms platforms where you can save money on a weekly basis when bonuses come. If both of you are 9 to 5ers, how do you save money? How do you handle emergencies? Do you have an emergency fund? These are not just financial questions. These are questions about your shared future, questions about your values, questions about your resilience as a team. Because as a couple, you are a team. 1+1 is 1. So you are a team. So how are you dealing with these 3 questions? How do you spend? How do you save? How do you handle emergencies? Please think about this. Very important. Now for friends. Haha. I told you, I got you. What are your boundaries and respects for friends? Lending money and not getting paid back. Oh, I've been a victim of this one severally. They borrow money, they don't pay back. They are borrowing way too often. They have an entitlement mentality, and sometimes some of them are even manipulative. I supported you when you were broke, and now it's my turn. You don't want to help me. I mean, meanwhile, you have a track record of having borrowed money 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, which you did not pay back, and you just keep coming and coming. Now, here is a key boundary you need to set. If you cannot pay back, you must not borrow. And if you cannot borrow responsibly, you should not ask. This isn't about being harsh. It's protecting your peace and your friendship. So you need to state it very clearly. If you cannot borrow responsibly, do not ask. If you know you cannot pay back, then don't borrow. Now have this conversation with your friends and your family to a great extent. And if they are not delivering, if they do not want to accept your boundary, the boundaries you've created, or show some respect for the boundaries you've created, I'm sorry, I can't help your ministry at this point. Should you lend money or should you gift it? This is really a hard question. Only lend money if you can afford to lose. It will affect your peace if you lose the money. But if you know you do not want to think about it, then do not lend. If you actually do lend, then set clear terms, repayment terms for the person. I set a repayment terms once for somebody, and the person breached it once, second time, third time. I think about the 5th time, when the person paid me back the money, and thank God the person paid back the money and in full. Once that was done, the person came back to borrow, and I said, well, if you go to the bank and you have defaulted 5 times, the bank will not lend you money again because you breached my repayment terms. I'm sorry, this will not happen. Because if I give you my money, it will affect my own plans, maybe my rent, and then that's not helping you. So it's self-destruction on my own part. So you can't pour from an empty cup, especially when it comes to your financial well-being. So know when you are lending money and set those clear boundaries, set those repayment terms, or you just gift it and accept that, I know that this money I gave you is gone and is done, and I'm not going to get it back, and you forget about it. So when do you think money issues are red flags? When money issues are red flags are when you have people that have no accountability. They are constantly borrowing. There's no planning. And then they have this God will do it to mindset. God will repay it to. So there's always no action. There's always anger when money is being discussed. Those are red flags. Prayer is powerful. Remember, prayer is a very powerful thing. But budgeting is spiritual. Budgeting is very spiritual, because faith without works, or in this case, faith without a solid financial plan often leaves us in a bind. So it's so important that you understand when there are red flags, when you have money issues being discussed, and you begin to put in place the boundaries that will save you and give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. So as I wrap up this, session on Makamba, uncensored dialogue, I'd like you to remember, February is all about this love thing, but with love comes responsibility. Come on, love is not only gifts and dates and running around the place dancing in your red outfits and all that. Love is about planning. Love is about honesty. Love is about maturity. So I'd like to leave you with 3 thoughts that I want you to go about, and just ponder about it, and leave your comments in the comment section. Tell us what your thoughts are. Share with us what you've gained or what resonates with you on this money talk session that we've had. So the first one, when you think about all the relationships you've seen, what's that one money issue that constantly tears couples, friends, family apart, even when love still feels like it's evidently there? What's that one thing? The second one, if you could give one piece of financial advice to every couple or group of friends or members of your family out there, what's that crucial conversation you wish they had before things got complicated? It's so important. I remember that in my family, we do have money conversations. And I think that is what has helped us to have a balance of how money issues are discussed or handled when they come up. Number 3, can you share a personal story? And this, to my Makamba community, I would really like to hear from you. A personal story or a pivotal moment where setting a clear financial boundary literally saved you or saved a relationship you were in from disaster. I would really love to hear from the community. Very, very interesting, So ponder about these questions. And I want to use this medium to encourage all my viewers and Makamba community to have money conversations early. Encourage those boundaries, clarify those boundaries, set them. Very important. I encourage you to plan, because my community, love is not only about feelings. Love is about financial alignment. And once you put alignment in place with respect to money related issues, trust me, you would get that peace that you are so earnestly looking for. I hope you enjoyed today's session. It was interesting for me as well. Even just talking, I was learning a lot and telling myself, oh, there are some things I need to, still talk about with some people. So till I come your way again, my name remains Inobong Ezekiel, host for Makamba Uncensored Dialogue. Please subscribe, share, invite someone, look out, put your comments in the section. Let's just even, hear from you and get your feedback, on these conversations that we have. Remember, they are uncensored dialogues. We are as real can get. See you next time and have that money conversation. Thank you.